So
yeah.
hey dudes, how you doing, man? How you doing?
How are
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I give you HEIR to ASH from Canada, from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I believe this is your first interview, isn't it? Oh, the stream's stuck on their end. Okay, don't worry. We'll have hiccups with stuff like that. It happens when it comes to live shows. Don't worry, you're here. I can see you. I can hear you.
Yeah.
It froze.
There we go. Just false alarm. I think we're good.
Yeah, it froze for like a second. Might have been a stream hiccup or something. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was just saying, guys, is this your very first interview ever?
Yeah, it is.
We're going to be pretty awkward in this.
Come on, don't
worry.
worry.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege to have you on here as our first interview. So
it's my it's my privilege.
What time is it in Greece now?
It's 10 p.m. Saturday night.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I'm like 9 hours.
Middle of the day for us here.
Yeah, I'm 9 hours ahead of you guys. Something like that. Can you guys see me on your
Canada?
There you go. Can you guys see me on your?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Is it your television, a TV screen that you've set up there?
We got a little monitor.
Okay, brilliant.
I might be able to make it bigger, but I mean it's pretty good.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be awesome, man. Okay, I want you to relax. I feel like a therapist.
There's definitely some light.
Yeah, you're right.
Kick back. There you go. He's got it. He's got it straight away. Well,
I'm good. Yeah.
Riley's on the ball already.
Oh, yeah.
So from left to right, I want you to introduce yourselves to the people who are there's already lots of people joining on my side in my stream, and also they want to say hi to you. So introduce yourselves one by one from. Start from left. I mean, left as I'm saying it, probably your right, from your right to left. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's you.
Yeah, that would be me.
Wait, which one?
Go get your left and right backwards. I'm Tyler. I'm the vocalist, the front man of the band.
Mm-hmm.
I do all the screamy stuff. I don't do any of the clean singing. That's all Nick.
I'm Jake. I'm the bassist. Sometimes they plug me in, but usually not at shows. And I'm just there to vibe and look good. And I try.
What is that?
Riley?
So...
Oh, yeah. Hey, look at that!
Yeah!
What's that? Give me again.
He had a little hat.
I wonder why the chat's saying they can't hear you.
They're saying they can't hear you.
They can't hear me? Oh, you know why?
Yeah.
It's probably the setup that you have. So you're using Studio, right?
Yeah.
So there's the mic on the right as you're looking at Studio at the bottom, right? There's a bar, right? And on the right hand side, there's a mic, and on the left hand side is the audio, right? So I'm guessing that there's maybe what you've set up as audio for what people hear through your stream is maybe not the right option. Because you guys can hear me, obviously, but that's what goes through.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Can they hear me now? 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Got it. Can you guys hear them now?
1 2 1 2 1 2 1
Oh, yeah,
2.
I see the bar moving when you...
1 2. Yeah, you see how if it's changed.
Opa!
Fully fixed now.
We did something, yeah.
We made it.
This is amazing. I love it. So
okay, good.
So mine and yours obviously heard you guys introduce yourselves all the way up to Jake. Would you like to carry on?
All right, yeah. I'm Riley. I'm the drummer. I go to biddy boop 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 boop. That's my thing.
Riley is that guy who I think it's you who's in that meme, that video meme that they've made, isn't it? Where they ask you.
If it's a bald guy, 100% it's probably me.
Yeah, the one with the corn.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, Corn got him into music.
So
That was
we
such
had
a
some
fun-
last night for supper too. It was great.
Yeah. So it's the three of you. So, like you introduced yourselves, Tyler, who does the screams in the band, right? The scream vocals. In the middle, there's Jake, who plays bass, and Riley, who plays drums. And there's also Nick, who's not here, who does clean vocals and plays the guitar, and Gannon, who also plays the guitar. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Bango bango.
Perfect. And you guys, Hair to Ash, you've been around for, I mean, a relatively small amount of time. We're talking 3 years, right? 3 years now. Yeah? And you're hailing from...
We're just under 3 years.
Just under 3 years, right? Okay, cool. I've played songs of yours, just giving you a heads up. I've played songs of yours again and again, especially this past week. I had your song Chicken Nuggies in heavy rotation every time I streamed. So quite a few of my lovely people, quite a few of my lovely people who are actually here right now have gotten to hear that. And I've also played, I believe, your same titled song, Hair to Ash in the past, and a few other tracks as well. Can't remember which ones right now. But I wanted to ask you guys, you're fairly new. You're from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, right? What got you into the whole... I mean, first of all, how old are you guys? You must be in your 20s or 30, early 30s or something like that, right? Late 20s,
Right
mid 20s.
Yeah. Well, the three of us are all the same age. We're all 30.
Okay.
And then it goes down from there.
It goes downhill
So,
from there.
Nick
Yeah.
is 20, yeah. Nick is like 26-ish, and then Gannon's like 19.
Gannon's the baby.
He's the young one. He's 19.
Aww. Cool. And the band was
He's our
formed.
little special guy.
Yeah. And so the band, who formed the band? Who started off the band 3 years ago?
That would be Nick and myself.
Okay.
Well, and
I was there too.
Jake was there too. But this band was kind of formed out of a couple other failed attempts at starting.
Okay.
A band, so.
Okay.
How it goes normally.
So this is how we're going to go about it, because I was trying to see how to sort of like penetrate. I know that word always sounds wrong. I wanted to see how to penetrate your musical past, and I wanted to have a bit of a background before we get into where all of this is going, obviously. So okay, so you said you said Nick and Tyler and Jake were around when the band started, right? And you had tried, and this is a metalcore band. Let me just tell the people listening right now that Hair to Ash play. Well, you describe yourselves as a mellow death / metalcore band, right? Correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So before Hair to Ash, what were you guys doing? How did this come about? What made you get into metal? Like, you know, we can go back to the roots. Like, you guys can give me a brief sort of like rundown of how you guys grew up. You all grew up in the same town, right?
The three of us did, yeah.
Yeah? Cool, man. Cool. So how did you guys...
Riley kind of.
We don't
later.
We don't have to get into details.
So I take it that you guys were like the typical metalheads at school, and you knew each other from back then, or did you not know each other from your youth, from like high school and stuff like that?
Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, so it's we all have different dynamics with each other, really. Me and him grew up in like 12. We were like really close, and like skateboarding, playing music every day.
Yeah.
And then you moved.
Yeah.
And then we kind of didn't talk for a while just because of like life or whatever. And then eventually he moved to Redwater from another small town, an even smaller town. And then we ended up meeting and playing in a different band, and then I found out that they were playing music, and we ended up jamming together, and then eventually it all just kind of merged into one. Yeah.
Fairly
I don't even
simple.
listen to metal.
You didn't? I want to hear about that.
Not really. Mostly like dad metal, probably.
We converted him.
What did you say? Dad metal? Did you say dad metal?
Yeah, I listen to like dad metal.
Like
What's
Blink
dad
182, Linkin Park.
Dude, careful with what you say. I'm 44.
So hardcore, man.
Dad metal.
Hi,
Okay.
everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah, lots of people on this end as well. Hey,
think that-
people. What's that?
But yeah, so like, me and Jake knew each other when we were really young, and played music together and did lots of other stuff together. And then yeah, like you said, I eventually ended up moving out of Redwater, moved to Edmonton, and didn't pursue music for quite a while, and eventually wanted to get back into it. And then on essentially like Tinder for musicians, Band Mix, I think is what it's called.
That's the cute part of the story.
Yeah, that's how I met Nick.
Aw.
And then we started playing together, and just slowly started building it from there. We had a different band before called Holy Remains that didn't last very long. Jake kind of tried to play with us on that one,
And then Desperately Amused.
and then we did Desperately Amused after that. Jake played with us on that one, but that's where we all kind of, the three of us, started to get tight.
Oh, okay.
And then
Were those metalcore
when
bands
that
as
fell
well?
apart, then we Holy Remains was very like bare bones metalcore, and then Desperately Amused was kind of, that's where we kind of got our mellow death vibe, I think, from. They kind of had some groovy, funky stuff going on.
Okay.
But then yeah, when we transitioned to HEIR to ASH, then it really became a lot more metalcore, a lot more focus on what we were doing.
That's why you mean there's like melodic, because in HEIR to ASH, obviously, there's like, very melodic. There's quite a few melodic influences. Like it's not like raw, brute. Like there's elements of raw, brutal metalcore in there, but there's also that aspect where, it's not just melodic aspects. There's like, I can sense video game aspects as well, so to speak. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, sort of like...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, everyone's nodding their head. They're going, yep. Video games, yep. Sweet, man. And so...
Oh, yeah.
so you guys like... So you got together, you formed HEIR to ASH. What music were you individually listening to up to that point? Like, aside from the bands that you were in, I want to hear, like, I want to get to know more about like the pieces behind each one of you guys, more or less, because that always plays an influential role, obviously, in where you end up, what you end up doing as a musician, as you have it, right? So I want to hear like at least 2 or 3 influential bands from each other. Doesn't have to be necessarily metal or something in particular. Just, what made each one of you, like, what pushed you into music, basically, right?
Oh, I like that question.
You want to go down the line?
We'll start on this way. We keep going this way.
Yeah, man. Just think of it as if we're chilling together at your place there. I've never spoken to you guys before, and I'm a new friend, and you're just telling
That's
me.
what we're doing right now, brother.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And you're just telling me, hey, I used to listen to this and that, and that was cool, and it made me want to be a drummer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't really, but what got me
Yeah, I
into
know, I saw
music,
that.
ABBA. I still love ABBA. I probably
Okay.
listen to it every day.
Okay.
Queen got me into music a lot, and then finally into drums. Korn came out, and I was like, oh wow, that's like...
You like the groove. So the groove of Korn got you into it, right?
Yeah, nice funky with that new metal stuff. That really got me into drums. But yeah. How about you, Jake? What do you listen to?
Okay, yeah. So I don't. It's kind of weird. I don't listen to music a whole lot in my spare time. I'm busy like doing other things. I don't know. I need to do it more. I definitely do. And it's not like I don't listen to music. But bands that inspire me or have inspired me would be like AC/DC. Back in the day, I used to play like Back in Black and all that.
That's
TNT
cool,
and all
man.
that stuff. Queen's a good one.
Yeah.
Hard not to jam along to Queen.
So-
And then I really like a folk band called Mumford & Sons.
Okay. Mumford and Sons, yeah. Cool.
None of those are metal.
No,
Yeah.
no, obviously,
Well,
yeah.
whatever. Mumford & Sons is
But
nice.
we're not after the metal right now. I'm just trying to figure out what influenced you as musicians, you know, on an individual level to see how it came about, right?
For sure.
For myself, if I were talking about like specifically like how I got into metal, like there my primary influences would be like Lamb of God, Black Dahlia. Dahlia is one of my favorite bands.
Black Dahlia Murder, nice, man.
And yeah, oh yeah, super good band. And then probably like As I Lay Dying, All That Remains.
Good stuff.
Bunch of solid metalcore, but music for me starts like super early. I like everything. I listen to classical, I listen to rap, I listen to jazz, everything.
Who's your favorite?
More like a Swiftie kind of guy.
Oh, Swift is great.
Who's your favorite singer? Like, I mean, when you were a kiddo, who did you look up to and be like, I want to sing like that singer when I grow up. I want to do that.
It initially probably would have been like when I was really young, I actually really didn't like screaming. I thought it sounded terrible.
Yeah.
So I probably would have wanted to sound like James Hetfield or the guy from Creed, Scott Stapp.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to have that sounding voice when I was younger, but then yeah, like when I found Lamb, I really liked Lamb of God because you can understand what he's saying even when he's screaming, which was a huge thing for me. And then
so Randy Blythe, Randy Blythe really got you going.
That's like Randy's a huge inspiration for why I try and really clearly enunciate when I'm screaming. It's like where that comes from. And then but then yeah, when I heard Dahlia and how he can just go from low to high to all over in between, it was like I need to sound like that, but then be as easy to understand as Randy.
That's cool.
So, how much of all of that you just mentioned do you feel has bled into your creativity, into the creative process, even subconsciously? And sometimes when you listen to your own stuff, you go, I know why that's there. Even if other people can't pick up on it, you know why that's there because of what we were just talking about. Do you guys come across that when? Yeah.
Tons, absolutely. That's I see it everywhere in my stuff that I play.
Yeah. That's cool, man. That's
What
cool.
about you, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still relatively new to playing bass. I don't know, a few years into it. My fleas, my idols, I'll
My
probably
fleas.
never be
Yeah,
able
fleas.
to play. Like Flea, Charles Berthound, Davey 504. Like they're all crazy bass players. What's the other guy? Victor Wooten. Those guys are insane. One day I'd love to play like that. But I'm still at the beginning of my bass playing journey.
You play fingers, right? You finger play.
So
You
like
don't,
I
you don't. You don't.
no!
I wish you didn't ask that.
Oh, okay. I know it's a bass player related
No,
question. I know.
It's a sensitive topic, but it's okay. Yeah, I use a pick for a lot of it. I work in some finger picking and some slaps, but I got to work those in a little bit more. There's a lot of parts that are like really fast and need to be clean and stuff. So like a pick is kind of a little bit better in certain situations.
Yeah,
I think it's
agree.
a little bit of both. I couldn't choose one. Yeah.
I agree, dude. I mean, it's always an ongoing process, isn't it? I mean, evolution, bro, evolution. And like you said, you've only been playing the bass for the last 3 years or whatever. So obviously, you know, on a personal level, you're developing it, and you know, so same goes. I mean, for most musicians, especially in their first decades of their career, to be honest, even if they're, you know what I mean, like. You meet musicians, they're always like practicing, and the purpose of practicing is not just only to, you know, remain fresh. It's also to like go a bit further every time, a bit further, a bit further. Yeah, exactly.
Get past.
Yeah, man, exactly. So you took all of those influences, and through your friendship, when you guys met up, you formed HEIR to ASH, and the music came about. And in the beginning, if I'm not wrong, you released, I believe, 2 singles, right? Is it first 2 singles, then 2 EPs, and then a single? Is that right?
Two singles EP, 2 singles EP.
Okay.
What?
Huh?
You guys did the 2 Forbidden Lands, and then there's another one, then your first EP, and then the second EP, 4-track one, and then the new single.
Yeah, but we did HEIR to ASH and...
Oh yeah, we dropped them as singles first.
Yeah. What was the
Because
other
we
one?
deleted them, that's why.
Yeah.
Ah, so there's stuff that's not on there that I haven't seen, right?
Not anymore, yeah.
Because I went off what you guys have on Spotify, which is super easy nowadays. You just go and you just scroll and you see, what's been released. And what I see here, for example, the Forbidden Lands was the very first single, the very first song that you guys put out in 2022. How long did that take you guys from the moment that you said we're HEIR to ASH and we're gonna make music, we're gonna put out music? How long did it take for you guys? Did it take like a year or months or weeks or to like get to your very first fresh start?
I feel like it was pretty quick.
It was pretty fast. We were building off of a lot of what we had already accomplished in Desperately Amused. And so I think it was probably within 6 months to a year, we had that first EP ready to go and released.
Okay.
Tyler was the OG drummer too.
Really?
I was.
For reals?
I was, yeah. Yeah, I did the drumming on the first EP.
I didn't know that.
Originally,
man.
I was the drummer, and I wasn't supposed to do vocals at all. And then
That's interesting. That's an interesting point, dude. That's an interesting point. So who was so that's a good story, exactly. So was Nick? No, Nick was Nick you said Nick was in the band at the time, right? Correct. So it was Nick the singer, and you were the drummer at the time, and then you met Jake, and you
actually. We had somebody else doing vocals. Nick was just playing guitar.
Oh.
Okay. I was on drums, and then Jake was on bass.
Yeah. So how did the switch come about?
When we transitioned from Desperately Amused to HEIR to ASH, obviously we wanted more screams, and we had tried a bunch of people out, but nothing was we couldn't really mesh with anybody the way that we were kind of hoping to. And I just did the vocals as like a fill-in, just so that we could, because we were writing that EP, and we needed something as a placeholder. So I did demos for it, and we used that as kind of like a reference to try and find somebody for the sound that we were going for. And then, yeah, we couldn't find anybody, and eventually it was like, okay, well, can you just record these vocals for us, and then we can look later. And then we put out the EP, and people liked it, and I liked doing it, and so we were like, all right, well, we think it'll be easier to find a drummer than to find a vocalist. So we'll start searching for a drummer.
I was gonna say,
pretty soon on when you started doing vocals. Yeah, I mean, you set the bar pretty high for your demos.
No, thanks, man.
I heard the demos too, and I wasn't in the band yet. When I was hanging out with Jake, I'm like, Tyler should be singing there. It's a no-brainer.
Sweet, man.
You don't miss drumming, right?
I mean, a little bit.
Do you drum at home? Do you drum at home?
I do, yeah. Riley hooked me up with an electric drum kit so I could practice at home.
Gotta keep playing.
Sponsored by Riley.
Yeah, man. Got to keep in touch with that stuff. Of course, man. Absolutely.
Gotta keep playing everything.
What about? I mean, okay. I know there's 2 more people who are not here right now, which is Nick and Gannon. Could you guys just briefly say a few things about them, like generally speaking, like? Because obviously I don't know anything about them. Like I have quite a bit now about you guys.
Yeah, so Nick, like I like to put it is he's the mix master guru.
Mm-hmm.
He does all the mixing and mastering for all of our songs that we've had released so far.
Mm-hmm.
He's an incredible songwriter. The guy can write a song with every part, synths, and everything added in like one day, and then the next day he'll throw it out and write another one.
Wow.
Like, he's good at what he's doing.
Yeah.
Lots of rewrites, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's really necessary. I'm starting.
Of course, man.
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
good for the process.
Definitely.
As frustrating as it is to deal with this, in the moment, it sucks, but it always pays off.
I'm all done. Oh, throw it away. Fuck me.
Also, an easy one to say about both of them is that they're both incredible guitar players. They both can shred.
Yeah, they're
like
so good.
Nick and Gannon, yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
And then Gannon is the baby of the band. He's the newest one. We were playing with the four of us, and it just felt empty. Like we needed another guitar to fill that void a little bit. And we were looking around, and I feel like we were looking around for a decent amount of time before we found, or Gannon found us. He heard about us.
We got really lucky.
And
We got really lucky.
Yeah.
Really lucky.
we got lucky.
Yeah, we're really happy to have him. in the
He's
band.
good shit.
He's so good.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Modest, very quiet guy.
There's always a very modest, very quiet guy in every band. You know that, right? Usually.
He doesn't have much
yeah.
to say, but when he says something, it's really important.
And it's weird, and it's really wise, I bet, right?
Yeah.
We're like, I didn't know this guy fucking talks.
6 months later.
Yeah, for real.
All he said was, well, if you guys let me talk, quit talking over me all the time.
Poor guy.
He's good for it.
He likes it.
Yeah. Sweet, man. Sweet. So, okay, so you got to your very first single, Forbidden Lands, as I mentioned, in 2022. How easy being in living in a digital age and being from Edmonton in Alberta in Canada, how easy or not would you guys say? Because this is something I bet everyone watching right now and listening, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know what's going on music wise in Edmonton in Canada, right? So how easy or not was it for you guys to sort of like, put the word out, like maybe get your first gig as a supporting act or even as a headliner for your own people, to test drive the chemistry, to test drive the sound?
Yeah, so when we started playing together, our first official show, we actually did headline. It was pretty cool. Pretty gracious of the other bands to give us the headlining spot.
Wow.
Pretty ballsy too, because like nobody had
stressful.
heard us, and like
That was your first outing? That was your first outing? That
wasn't
What's headlining?
That wasn't as good Ash. That was as Desperately Amused. But
Okay.
like it was still a pretty cool
man.
moment. And to use your word correctly, I think to penetrate the scene.
Yeah.
It was actually a lot easier. The scene here is really good, and like it's full of love, full of support, and like yeah, I think overall it was a pretty nice transition into penetrating the scene and all that. So.
Were you guys? Because I know what it feels like being stood on stage and looking down at a lot of people, and it can be, even if it's just 20 people, it still seems and feels a lot when you're doing it. Were you guys shitting bricks when you first started playing live? Yeah.
Oh yeah, for a long time.
Yeah.
I was so used to being behind the drum kit, hiding away at the back and behind all my gear,
Exactly.
and suddenly I was right at the front, staring at everybody.
Did you puke? I want to hear it from Tyler. Did you puke on your first concert afterwards, after you were done?
No, so it's funny that you say that actually, because I was very close. It was between the anxiety and then also like just pushing so much, trying to get all that air out. Like
Exactly.
I came really close. The first handful of shows.
Were you
probably.
close to barfing
Afterwards, I'm
Were
like keeled over. Like
were you very close to barfing at everyone who was front row, front line watching you?
No, I'll try and go back and barf on Riley.
Yeah, Yeah, I can take it. It's fine. That's really what I'm there for.
We're not opposed to barfing. The way we see it, any press is good press.
But at least
Exactly.
keep on somebody. Like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
make it worthwhile.
make it worth it. And if I have to be that guy, so be it.
Exactly. Make it monumental is what I used to say. Yeah.
Monumental. Second word of the day.
Sweet. How many gigs have you guys played? How many gigs have you guys played from day one till today?
I don't even know. I want to say
Day
roughly...
one air to ash or day one just...
Day one air to ash. Yeah.
Oh,
I want to say 25.
Yeah, probably with that, yeah.
That's a good
We
amount.
hit it hard last month. May. May we hit it really hard.
This summer's been really good for a lot more shows.
And we want to do more.
Yeah,
Th-
we
this-
need to get out to Calgary more.
I was gonna say this question of mine ties into my previous question, which is still on. We haven't answered it, which is basically how easy was it for you guys to put word out to get people to dig your music or listen to your music or create a following and stuff like that in the local scene, first of all, in Edmonton, in Canada, in Alberta, and secondly, I know that online, obviously, it's easier for me to tell what you guys have been doing, obviously, because I can check Spotify, and I have already an answer for that myself, which we're going to talk about, because I've seen, like, the stats on your Spotify page, like the monthly listeners and where they're from, etc. And I wanted to comment about that a bit further down the line. But when it comes to your local scene, I know you said that before HEIR to ASH, they gave you like a headlining spot, but all in all, how easy or not was it to like sort of like break the mold, like get people to remember your name as a band and recognize you musically, or you know what I mean? Like go like, oh, they're playing. I've heard about them, or hey, I've seen them live before at such and such place and they're really cool. Let's go. You know what I mean? How difficult was it for you guys?
Well, these guys weren't very social prior. I said, anytime you're playing any of these shows, just talk to people, everybody, no matter what. Be the smilingest, happiest guy ever, and spread the word and make them feel welcome, so they want to keep coming back and bringing their friends to come and do it.
We, in that regard, I'm so grateful that Riley joined the band because he is.
He's a good influence.
Especially then, was definitely like the outgoing one of all of us.
Yeah.
And has pushed all of us way outside of our comfort zone
I like people, though.
to also be, outgoing and social. So
He's the people person
at
of the
first it
band,
was-
right? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Everyone's getting there, though. Like,
Yeah.
from when I started to now, everyone's very social. It's
Mhm.
good.
It's always growing, and that's always good.
That's nice.
In
man.
terms of like breaking into the scene, though, I feel like it was. I mean, Edmonton has a fantastic music scene, and like especially for metal.
Scene, yeah.
And like everybody is super inviting and really friendly and supportive. And so
Jeez.
so like I'm really glad that we were here because that made it really easy.
That sounds
Yeah.
good. That
Lots of
sounds
other good bands to play with.
Lots of good bands.
Yeah.
So it was quite in the respect that, and I mean that it was easy to be invited to come join a show and support another band, or find another band that would be willing to co-headline a show back to back with you guys and stuff like that, right?
Oh, absolutely. Tons of bands here. Lots and lots of good talent.
Question: are there any local festivals as far as metal goes in Edmonton? Because I wouldn't know if there were. That's why I'm asking.
Not in Edmonton, but this is Decimate Metal Fest. This just recently
Up-and-comers,
happened.
Yeah.
This is a really cool one. In Alberta, there's actually quite a few, and a lot of them just happened. There's Alt Waves Music Festival.
This is one too.
Alberta, this is a new one.
Alberta.
Decimate Metal Fest. Man, there's more.
You're so close.
What's the other? There's another really big one.
Loud as hell.
Loud as hell.
Is that
that's not the one I'm thinking of.
That's
I don't
in BC,
think.
I think anyways.
But yes,
There's lots. There's
but
lots.
there is lots.
There's
There's lots.
There's lots.
Good metal festivals.
And what about festivals that you've actually participated in. Have you guys played festivals yet? Was this summer perhaps? Did you play any sort of like, even if it's a small festival, it doesn't matter.
So yeah, we played this one, which was a smaller festival.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't played any like outdoor fests yet,
Mm.
but the time is coming, and we are all already super excited for it. Whenever it happens, wherever it happens, we can't wait.
Do you have someone who's looking after those things for you guys? Like, do you have like a booking agent, or do you guys do it on your own?
We are self-funding.
Everything right now, we just has been under our own leadership and
Mm-hmm.
direction and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For now, that'll change potentially to take some of the workload off, but that's the way we have to do it. Being local right now, being broke, musicians.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, pretty much how it goes in life with starting off a band and all that. That for sure. Okay, so speaking of the scene, so you have your followers there locally already, right? So you have quite a few people, and it began obviously with friends, close friends, and that branched out as it usually does, right? When it comes to online presence. So I had a look on Spotify, and by the way, big hi to all the people watching right now on my side and on your side as well on both streams. So if you check HEIR to ASH on Spotify, and you can follow them there, and you can listen to all of their tracks. What I noticed is when I looked at, how it says on Spotify, like monthly listeners, one thing that stood out for me is that, first of all, most of your monthly listeners are all located in New York in the United States. And secondly, that all of your monthly listeners combined, that at least Spotify discloses, are all of them in the United States. Is that something that you guys...
Really?
Yeah.
I recently found out that you guys can see a lot of the analytics for our Spotify. I thought that was just like only we could see that on Spotify.
No, I think...
Yeah, we got to put on some playlists in New York, and I think Los Angeles both had like a lot of monthly listeners for us. But like obviously you've seen what like I do on TikTok and stuff. We've been around the world. It's just I think getting on those playlists helps a lot. So yeah, in New York and Los Angeles, there's a decent amount of people listening right now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you have...
keep sharing so we can go.
Yeah, I think it says something like... Let me just find it. Just give me a few seconds. I think it was saying about New York in particular. Bear with me 1 second. I'll bring it up. Where's the thingy? Do you have to click on that? Yeah, there we go. All right. So it says here that you have actually... And that's quite good, dude, for a new band. I mean, relatively new band. You have 1,807 listeners just in New York. That in itself warrants a local gig.
Wow.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even if 200 of them just showed up out of like 1,800, that's still a gig, man. That's still a local gig. So, and Los Angeles, you have 1,200 listeners, obviously, just through Spotify, like, let alone TikTok and the rest, right? YouTube, I assume you have a YouTube channel, right? Or I suppose. I'm not too sure. Yeah, cool. As far as those things,
doing something right.
Yeah, you are, bro. You are definitely doing something right. People are picking up, and I just wanted to ask you guys, obviously, how essential do you think, since we're on TikTok right now, and TikTok is providing us this platform to be able to introduce you guys to the people who follow me, who are from around the world, and for your people as well, who may have never obviously seen you live on an interview ever before, and hear maybe things about you guys that some people may not know, even though they listen to your music. How beneficial do you find? Because I come from a dinosaur era of the music industry, where CDs were like the thing and all that, etc., and I saw the whole change and the death of CD and the transition into the digital era, etc. So how beneficial do you guys find it when it comes to like TikTok, Spotify, you know, social platforms, digital social platforms like that. When it comes to a new band like you guys, like how much do you feel that it helps you out when trying to branch out to a lot of people outside of Canada or outside of your town for that matter?
It's an absolute must now. Like even when I started playing, social media wasn't like that, and we still had to go to the studios and pay a stupid ass amount of money. But now this is the way it goes, and it's a great tool. Like New York and stuff. How else would we spread that? Like back in the day, other than sending off some tapes to go be played on the radio potentially.
Exactly.
It's all about getting your music heard by the right people, and the only way to do that is to put yourself out there. And yeah, TikTok has been amazing for that. So thank you for the heart me or heart him because he got it.
I always get it.
It's because your head.
My bald head.
Yeah.
Everything's just attractive.
Did you know that people can pay for a mustache and a cowboy hat to appear on your face and your head?
Someone should do that right now.
He's a big cowboy.
They were doing that to me yesterday while I was streaming. I was like, "What's happening?"
Should have brought my cowboy hat down.
I was gonna say Riley's.
I do have a cowboy
Yeah,
hat.
he's got the
You
look
do?
already.
Okay.
So it's looking like
I grew up on a farm, so
looking like Air to Ash is going to be the NPCs of TikTok.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
That's where the cash is at, bro. Nowadays, you know it.
Yeah.
And that would be a friggin'
I
like.
think that's a difference too. We're not trying, like, obviously we want to put ourselves out there and put good quality content out on TikTok and stuff. But our mindset is more so being a band and that versus being the influencer. Yeah, there's money in like the NPC stuff, but I couldn't see us actually ever doing that.
No,
I
man.
couldn't do it.
No,
I couldn't do it
I
either.
couldn't do that stuff.
Like I'll say thank
either.
you for the rose and stuff, but I don't think I could stay in character that long.
Yeah, but what if people want you to do that and you're on TikTok and they start splashing like big bucks? Because people can actually splash big bucks on you during live streams if they want to. And what if they're like, I'm doing it because I want you to wear bunny ears and dance around and sing at the same time your songs? Would you?
There it is.
I have no shame, so I would do it. Anything for $20, really.
There we go. We'll just pimp out Riley.
I'm a whore for money. Just tell me what to do.
Sweet, man. I mean, personally, I'm just happy that there's a thing like TikTok, and it's changed. To me, all of these things are game changers, man. I'll tell you that, right? Because it just reminds me back when I used to work for Warner Music and like Nuclear Blast and all of that. Yeah, man. A&R. I wasn't exactly A&R, but obviously being in the promo department, you got to like hear a lot of how things work and see which bands were going to be signed and which bands were coming in, sending their promos, demos, whatever. And nowadays, dude, it's like I think that TikTok is a game changer. It's not even YouTube in my book anymore, because YouTube is a more like corporate sort of like.
Not so much.
Yeah, YouTube is starting to be more like a thing of the past when it comes to how broadcasting is done online. What we're doing here right now is more ahead of things. You know what I mean? This is kind of like the present and the future, kind of. And there's gonna be. I mean, you're
time zones now, yeah. We're talking time zones, yeah. Like,
yeah, man, that's
the fact that we
crazy.
can do this
That's crazy. Yeah, you just
in
need
our own home.
Yeah, and you can do it in your own home, and just look at your schedule today. These are your first 3 interviews ever as a band, and it's so I'm in Europe, and and then there's one in the United States that you have, and then there's one in Canada. Am I right?
I think the other 2 are both in the United States.
Oh, both of them in the US. Okay, so just today, from the comfort of your sofa, you're covering, so to speak, Europe and America. I mean, the US. So,
which is crazy.
that's what and some people can even see this right now on their phone, in their car, I don't know, in Russia or in Portugal or in
from
Japan, or it doesn't matter. That's insane to me.
That's a big thing with.
Yeah.
That's really crazy. Yeah.
I think that's a big thing with like TikTok and Facebook are kind of more attributed to like your local scene, but TikTok is like it's worldwide and it's less limited. It's still limited a bit, but like it's the best thing we have so far.
It's getting us out there.
Reach outside of Canada, reach outside of Alberta.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. There's
but,
one. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you too. I've seen a lot of your posts, and I've seen a lot of pretty cool people that you've met.
Yeah.
So, like, definitely before our time's up, I definitely want to hear a story from you, maybe too. I don't know what you got. Like, just tell us something cool. I don't know.
There's a lot of them. Look at that.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah. Give us a good one.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I've met Corey Taylor twice, and I've hanged out with Corey Taylor. I've met like the Cavalera brothers from Soulfly and Sepultura, Judas Priest. I accidentally met James Hetfield once while I was. So I think this is also a very brief, cool story. Is probably the time that I was like chilling with Corey Taylor, and James Hetfield walked up to us, and I had no idea that James Hetfield was walking up to us, because Corey's a really cool guy. You've probably seen his videos, and the impression that Corey Taylor, that's the same person. When you meet him in person, is what you see on his videos. He's fun, he's chill, he will sit next to you, he will listen to you. He's not rude, he's friendly. He's like the guy next door, like the cool metalhead who lives next door, you know what I mean? So I was just chilling with Corey, and
he's been through life. He's had a lot of
yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was chilling with Corey, and all of a sudden we were at this festival in Greece backstage, just chilling and talking. After also an interview that we'd done for the television. Ooh, just dropped my pen. Never mind. And all of a sudden, I could hear like a deafening silence covering inch by inch the backstage, getting closer towards where we were. So before that, you could hear people talk and walk around, and all of a sudden it was like just deafening silence approaching. And I was like, it struck me as weird. And I had my back towards it, and Corey had his eyes over my shoulder looking behind me. And I could tell that he was looking at somebody, right? But I hadn't really processed that. I hadn't really given it a thought. It happened very quickly. And all of a sudden, I turn around and I see James Hetfield just walking up to us. And he's a huge guy, you know. I started shitting bricks. The moment I turned my head around and I saw James Hetfield, I was like, I don't know what am I doing here? Am I even here? I don't know what to say, kind of thing. And he actually wanted to talk to, I think it was back in when they were doing the Big Four with Sonisphere festivals and all that back then, like, I don't know, like 12 years ago, whenever that was, 13 years ago. And he approached Corey, and this is the most surreal bit to me was that Corey Taylor turned around and said to James Hetfield, "James, let me introduce you to Orpheus. He's from MTV Greece, and he does a Headbangers Ball here." And I was like, I couldn't even talk. I was like, my hand was shaking. Cool. My hand was shaking. I was sweating. And I'd met like Ronnie James Dio, and I don't know why I think it's because James Hetfield is such an imposing figure. Like when you see him in person, because he's like really tall.
He's like 6'4".
Yeah, he's got really broad shoulders, and he's got really strong arms, and he's just imposing, man. Like, and you know, it's James Hetfield. So Metallica got me into metal in 1991 when I heard the Black Album, and and when you don't expect it is, you know, when you expect it is one thing, you're prepared kind of, when you don't expect it, it's like, and he gave me,
caught you off guard.
Yeah, man, he gave me his hand, and he shook my hand, and he said, "Nice to meet you, Orpheus. I'm James." And I was like, yeah.
I know who you are.
Nice to meet you too. I think I didn't wash my hand for a week. That's a cool little story right there. I'll probably, I was probably shaking, man, for like, I don't know how long after that. They left. He said, "Hi, how you doing?" and all that. I said, whatever, I can't even remember. Somebody snapped. So there's a picture of James Hetfield kind of sideways and his back, Corey looking towards the camera, James with his back towards the camera, and me right next to Corey staring at the photo camera, kind of like with my mouth wide open. I need to find that picture. It's really hilarious.
Deer in the headlights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, deer in headlights. Exactly. Yeah. Totally freaked out, man. That's definitely one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me. And I think I have to say at this point that I've met, I'll just say what I said yesterday on my live stream. The bigger the musicians I've ever met in my life, like Ronnie James Dio, who was in Black Sabbath, who had a legendary, and Rainbow before that, and also had a legendary solo career. Lemmy of Motorhead, Rob Halford of Judas Priest, all these people, dude, they treated me like they were the nicest people. I'm not even joking, the nicest people that you could ever meet. Because you would have thought that they were like divas, you know what I mean? Like big names, man.
Yeah.
They don't need you in their life, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, Dio and Lemmy. They didn't need you in your life, but they were like, Ronnie James Dio, actually, when he met me, he started shouting at his manager because it was so hot and I was sweating. And again, I was shitting bricks because he is a rock legend, a heavy metal legend, man. Like he's even in Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. Remember where he starts singing and he jumps out of the poster with Jack Black, right? With the kid.
After Meatloaf.
Yeah, right after Meatloaf, exactly. I
love Tenacious D, man.
Yeah, same.
Oh, buddy.
So I knew Tenacious D. I mean, I remember I asked Dio something about Jack Black, which to me, asking Dio about Jack Black at the time and Tenacious D was surreal. But the most awesome bit about meeting people like that was like Dio was like, he wanted to know stuff about me. Kind of like in a similar fashion, how you guys were like, tell us a few cool stories. Dio was like, I would like you to tell me what your life's like in a few words. What are you up to? What do you do in life? Are you okay? It was hot outside. He had his manager running around to get me a cool bottle of water. And I was like, no, it's fine. I couldn't even, my voice was probably like hoarse as fuck. I was like, no, it's fine, Ronnie, thank you. You know what I mean? And he was like, oh, get this boy like water
He's like,
now.
this guy sounds like he needs help.
Yeah. So, yeah, that Lemmy was super cool.
Down to earth guy.
Lemmy was super cool, dude. I got to ask Lemmy while he was still alive what it was like being the roadie for Jimi Hendrix. Like those kind of things, you know what I mean? Those kind of questions with people like that, to me, it was like a dream come true. So yeah, man, there's lots of stories, man. I mean, I would probably need to have a live stream, and I'm up for it. I'm up for that. A live stream with you guys, just talking stories and having a laugh, man. There's too many.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I noticed we're at an hour already, but
Yeah.
like we're not past the 1 hour mark.
No, we're not.
We've been
No,
live.
we're not.
That
Yeah.
went fast, eh?
It happened quick.
That was like felt like 20 minutes. That's crazy.
That's nice,
I
man.
thought an hour was gonna be hard to fill. But
No,
yeah.
it's not, bro. No, it's not. That's why
How
I
about
kept.
this guy? He's
Yeah,
great.
true.
Oh, thanks, man. I knew I had to keep firing questions all along, because basically, if you keep firing questions and you don't just go, what did it feel like to put out a single in 2021? If you go about it like that, people will be like, it was great. Full
Same as
stop.
the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want that, man. I haven't interviewed a band in ages. I'll tell you what, though. It's a funny story from my live stream. People watching right now will probably know. I got to warm up for you guys unintentionally on my live stream when I got joined by the Riff Raff, who, for those who don't know who the Riff Raff is, he's an amazing guy from the United States who has a very unique way of reacting to mainly metalcore songs, right? Yes, with his clipboards. He smashes his clipboards during breakdowns. He freaks out and he smashes his clipboards. And that guy right now has over 100,000 followers. And because, I've frequented his streams and I frequent his videos and I've talked to him, and he's a very humble very decent, very kind human being, man. Honestly, he is. He actually popped into my live stream the other day. So I didn't know that he was going to join, and he joined, and he sat there and he was watching me play music and talk to people and all that. And then he went like, bro, you know, would you like me to come on the air with you and just chill? And I was like, yeah, dude, you fucking kidding me? And I wanted to interview him because he's a musician. This is where I'm getting to. He's a musician. This is what people don't know about the Riff Ref. He's a musician and a sound engineer. So to me, that was sort of like, you know what I mean? A warm up. Because I hadn't interviewed... Yeah, I hadn't interviewed anybody in a long time. So when I stopped doing this in 2013 and I left Greece and I lived in the UK and I couldn't be bothered with the music industry for 7 or 8 years and I became a dad, etc., etc., etc. Long story, nobody cares. But I was just saying, I hadn't.
Care.
Oh, hearts. But you know, I hadn't interviewed, and I wasn't really interested in interviewing anyone. And so when I did this TikTok thingy, I thought, okay, I've interviewed all the bigs, you know, Megadeth, Rammstein, you name it. I've interviewed them. I've met them. I've chilled with them. Fine. I'm done with that. I'm not bothered, really. I'm not. So since I'm here on TikTok, why not do this for like bands who need exposure, who like, you know what I mean? This platform, this platform is so awesome. And I said, you know, I'm experienced in this. I won't lie. Why not utilize this experience to help bands be exposed? And for me, it's awesome because I get to talk to younger people, man.
It.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the least I can do, and I'm happy I was able to kick it off officially with you guys, unofficially with Randall, who is the Riff Ref. His surname and his artist name is Randall. So yeah, man, I got my ball rolling. I'm getting your ball rolling. So 2 in 1, bro.
Yes.
So.
Oh yeah, and I haven't said this yet, but for people in our chat, make sure you send Orpheus a follow too.
Oh,
Absolutely.
thanks, man. Thanks, man. I
Follow,
appreciate it. Same with my guys over here.
Following it?
I hope they are. My guys over here, you guys follow HEIR to ASH. They play metalcore. I'm actually, once we finish the interview, and I carry on with the stream, which is going to be mainly music and chatting with all the lovely people who are going to, you know, be stopping by or who are already in the chat anyways. Oh, by the way, guys, if there's any question you want to ask the band, either from their stream or my stream, don't shy away from asking. Like, that's why we're here right now, right? If you have any questions, I'm just looking. Someone said earlier on, somebody on my side, periplanomeno saidos, it's a Greek, never mind. He said he agreed basically that YouTube is dead. Okay. Ask them please to smash a guitar on the wall. No, I don't think they want to smash their guitar on the wall.
Done.
Oh shit.
Trying to think if we have one. I'll do it. I don't give a fuck.
Hey.
Old acoustic.
If we get 1 like, we'll do it.
Guys, seriously, like,
You're not selling a short.
my son, because my son is also watching the stream. I have to say this. He's asking right now. He's just 8
Hi,
years.
son.
He's 8 years old. He heard chicken nuggies. He likes chicken nuggies, and he's saying, where will they release their new single? Where or when will they release their new single? They have released chicken nuggies. So I'll just add to what my son is asking. See, I'm already training my son to do what I used to do when I was younger, right? So anyways.
Yeah, there you go. Proud dad moment.
So yeah, man. So okay, so you put out chicken nuggies. Next step, I needed to ask this as a closure anyways. Next step, after chicken nuggies, what's next?
Well, as far as the plan goes right now, which it changes all the time.
It always changes.
We'd like to do at least another single this year,
Mm-hmm.
and then start kicking off on the album and get that going.
Mm-hmm.
That single should be close.
Mm-hmm.
As long as nothing changes,
Mm-hmm.
Again.
the single should be soon-ish.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm excited about
If
the
you
new
like
one.
chicken nuggies, you're really gonna like this next one.
Yeah, I like chicken nuggies. I've played it like at least 5 times on my live stream separately, like on 5 separate occasions already. So It's really cool, man.
Nice.
He's the 5 listens.
Will it get the 5 listens? Will Chicken Nuggies and whatever comes out after that be on a full studio album? Is that the plan?
It's hard to say right now.
But that's what we're aiming for. I think it's
Yeah.
about time. Like, I think we're done with the EP stuff. Like, we just wanted to do these singles first for now, just to try and see how we should release it. Like, we're still relatively new with using all the social media stuff and how to do it properly. So we wanted to experiment with at least these first 2 singles. Maybe we'll do a third if we don't get it yet, and then kick off on an album.
So my son's saying when will they release their first album? Is asking.
It'll probably be next year sometime.
Next
We're
year,
hoping.
yeah.
Hoping.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
good
do want to
stuff.
say too, we have some questions on our end.
Yeah.
So what does Chicken Nuggies mean?
Well, the name Chicken Nuggies, like, well, you know, like most bands, they have demo names and stuff like that. We just kept it Chicken Nuggies because everyone loves Chicken Nuggies.
It was a good demo name and it kind of stuck. So yeah.
It is.
Well,
That hardcore vibe.
will you guys ever come to New York? Yes.
We want to.
See, I
Cool.
told you about New York, didn't I? That you got fans there.
Yeah.
Releasing singles has been monumental to an album release success. Yes.
Yes, Johnny.
Germany loves you guys like David Hasselhoff. I really hope so. I really hope so. Thank you for saying that.
That's probably the nicest thing I've ever heard.
Right.
The Hoff.
The Hoff bro.
Let's get him on.
Do they like Mayhem? From my side, question: do they like Mayhem, the band, the black metal band Mayhem?
Black metal's a little intense for me.
Intense.
I don't know if I'm,
intense is a
true cult enough for that.
yeah descriptive answer. Intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Third word of the day.
It's good. Like, I like it, but it's for me, it's not
Okay.
something that I listen to.
Okay.
Acquired taste.
The questions are coming in now. So next question: what do they think about Polish metal scene? I guess they don't.
I don't know much about the Polish metal.
More about it.
I'd like to know more.
There you go.
We'd like to be a part of it.
And
I've only ever seen stuff on TikTok, but it seems pretty good. It seems pretty solid.
next
The scene's pretty good everywhere, really.
Next question.
groupies. Do they have any groupies?
No.
I like how they awkwardly looked at each other like, do we?
Define groupies. We have a lot of good friends.
We're groupies for ourselves,
Yeah.
for each other.
We don't pass. Trying to be conservative here.
Johnny Bullets volunteers as tribute.
I have a feeling, personally.
I'm the last one who has to be in the barrel for the day.
I have a feeling, I have to say this, that Riley, versus the impression that I have of Riley from like those few videos that I've seen, those funny videos that you make of Riley, that Riley is very reserved right now. He's not really like 100% Riley.
I'm trying not to step on everyone's toes. This is an interview.
Behave.
I'm behaving.
Yeah, yeah.
Turn this
So-
all about me.
Yeah.
He got our live stream cut already within like 10 seconds one time. So he's a lot more tame now for the sake of the live stream.
I did a gesture with all my fingers.
Oh, and it actually killed the live stream? For reals?
Yeah,
It
it was at a
did,
live
yeah.
show.
Oh, shit.
I'm from a different time, I guess.
Oh, shit. My son says, do they like chicken nuggets? Of course they do. Who doesn't? They said, I think they answered this
We
earlier on.
love chicken
We
nuggets.
love them.
Yeah. Of course, man. Any
What
questions
kind of
on
sauce with the chicken nuggets? is the
what
next
kind
one.
of sauce? Yeah, don't give me that American ranch, whatever they call it in the States. I hope you use just mayo, right?
Honey mustard. Oh.
Hot mustard. I
Oh.
use hot
Okay,
mustard.
hot mustard is
Anything
decent.
hot, actually.
Okay.
I love hot sauce. Just dump that shit on
Hot
everything.
sauce. Do you actually have you guys watched Hot Ones?
Oh yeah, I love that show.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would love to be on that. That'd
Would
be
you?
great. Really.
I would love to, but I don't think I would
That's
be
a
able
dream,
to. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to take it, bro. I'd probably cry after like the first few.
I think I'd cry too. Yeah.
I've eaten California Reapers whole.
Oh no,
He would do
dude!
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I was seeing shit. It was terrible.
And your stomach's still intact.
Somewhat.
Oh, okay. Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
hot everything. My diet is not proper.
It's not proper. Okay.
Want some chicken wings with that hot sauce?
Cool.
What else we got? Next question.
Yo, guys, your side. Your
Yeah,
side.
thank you, Sofa King, for jumping in here.
Yeah, Sofa King.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I got it straight away.
That is so fucking cool.
Yeah. Oh, each one tell. So my side, each one tell his favorite bands. Currently, let's go currently. Let's not do influences, but currently, I'd say favorite bands right now. When you go home and you're like, I want to listen to some Spotify tonight.
I've been blasting a lot of Creed.
Mm-hmm.
A
Really?
lot. A lot of Creed. I'm a big Foo Fighters guy.
Foo
Elton
Fighters.
John, I've been
Mhm.
on my playlist a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Anything Dave Grohl, I fucking
Dave Grohl is awesome, bro.
can't do that.
So this is gonna be super ironic, considering that I just said that black metal was like a little too intense for me to listen to all the time. I listen to Cattle Decapitation all the time.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Really?
Like all the time. That's like my favorite current band. Yeah, I love them. They're so
Wow.
good.
That's nice though. That's nice,
But
man.
locally, I'm gonna give a local shout
Let's
out.
do it.
Where's my
Mm-hmm.
where's my phone here? Hold on, sorry. Let me just, because I want the actual song name.
He's committed.
I am
Mm-hmm.
committed. These guys are homies.
Committed, not
They are.
prepared.
So, there's another local band called Usual Suspects.
Yes.
And they got a song called "Satan Is My Bitch." Top notch. It's in my playlist. It comes up.
Satan's
all the
my
time.
bitch. That sounds like a cool
Love it.
title.
That album not too long ago.
They
Yeah.
did. Yeah, it's a good one. I recommend checking them out.
They're homies. We've been playing lots of shows with them as of lately, and
Oh,
they're a
nice,
lot of
man.
fun.
Nice shout out, man. That's cool. That's cool.
I gotta
Jake-
be careful because we could shout out bands forever.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
There's-
That's fine.
Like we said, there's so much good
This
talent. in
this
this.
platform, bro, is for you. There's no restrictions on this platform. Well, there are restrictions. Obviously, we can't. It would have been weird if we were all sat here, just all of us nude and just talking about music. But
Yeah.
I thought about doing that. Actually.
That's for our OnlyFans. You guys can subscribe after this.
You want to see more of my ass?
But what was I going to say? I think Jake kind of answered this question like way earlier on, when he said that I don't really have the time to listen to music in my free time. Is that correct? Or I don't have enough free time to listen to music? Was that what you said?
Okay, I mean, that's kind of an excuse. I do have a lot of time where I could be listening to music. I just find myself, like, when I'm on TikTok, I'm listening to a lot of music in other people's lives and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the extent of my music listening.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I would say my favorite band is probably System of a Down. They've always been a good band. It's a good choice.
Yeah.
But
Solid. Yeah.
I'm going to go home and play Elden Ring and probably not listen to music.
yeah. That ties into the video games that we mentioned at the beginning of the interview tonight, isn't it? Yeah. Last question about musical influences from my side. I forgot to ask you: Is Nick and Gannon like metalcore kind of metalheads, or like, I don't know? Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
One of Nick's like all-time favorite bands is In Flames.
Oh.
They're a super huge inspiration for him.
Ooh, nice one.
And like Children of Bodom.
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
Trying to think of another one too, but those two are like huge
Who's the
influences
theme,
for
the
him.
theme band?
Iceland
Iceland
Kills.
Kills.
Iceland Kills. Yeah.
Oh,
they're-
right. From the UK, right? I think no, maybe.
Yeah.
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 Gannon.
No, Iceland Kills isn't from the UK, is it? They're
I
from
think
the
they are
States.
from the UK.
Really?
I thought
Yeah, I
they
think so.
were. Not too sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm the last person to.
It don't matter.
Yeah, why am I even
Stop
talking?
talking.
Damn it.
It don't matter. Oh, sweet.
That
That
opens his mouth sometimes. Jeez.
guitar wise, I have to say at this point, because you mentioned, like you said, In Flames. Were we talking about Gannon? I think we were talking about Gannon, right?
Nick,
sorry.
those are Nick's
Right.
influences.
So In Flames and Children of Bodom definitely have that melodic touch when it comes to metal.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So that's what I was trying to figure out. And because they were not present and I didn't get to ask them, now that you've answered that, it kind of ties into the whole thing we were talking during the first 15 minutes of the interview when I asked you guys, like, how did the music come about? What were your influences? I was trying to dig in and see, you know, where the melodic aspects came from. But now this is pretty clear. There's a lot of melodic aspect coming from those kind of bands in metal music. Sweet.
Well,
Yeah.
Nick does like Def Leppard and stuff like that. That's where those big courses come from.
Well, he also
Really?
like when he was younger too. In like high school, he made like EDM and stuff like that as
Oh,
well in his
yeah.
free time, and like he has a lot of obscure, wide influences as well.
You could have just an interview with Nick for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, we
Oh,
could,
yeah,
we
yeah.
could,
Very
man.
interesting.
Yeah, man, we could. I mean, what about your TikToks? How come it's only Jake who's on TikTok?
It's a good question.
Yeah. The fifth.
Because these guys are old and they don't want to accept technology.
I'm working on it. I'm trying.
You should,
I
bro.
take care of our Instagram. That's as far as I
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, is it so? Right. Okay. So
he's running Facebook now. Like, yeah.
so it's you on Instagram. It's Riley who's on Instagram, sharing and liking and stuff like
That's
that.
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah, we all have our own.
Split up the
Our
workload.
own.
and Tyler's on Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I handled that. I just took it over this past
Okay.
week.
Okay.
It's already
Okay.
making a difference. It's already doing better.
Thanks.
So.
There you go.
We're adjusting. So that's the nice thing about this band. Since we started, we've actually like progressed a lot from.
There
Like,
you go.
I don't know.
There
You
you
can feel
go.
it. There's milestones being made. We're learning.
Yeah.
We're adjusting. We know what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
I hate my day job, so let's just make this happen.
Who don't? Who doesn't, man? Who doesn't, man? Tell me about it. Sweet, man. Sweet. So what do you have lined up for today? I know you have like so I was your first interview and then you have two Americans, right? Is it like in half an hour or
Yep.
something like that, or 40 minutes from now you're gonna set up with that
Yeah,
the next
45.
person?
45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool,
Yeah.
man. Cool, man. Are you
I don't
feeling
know.
any better? Are you
I
feeling
haven't
any
decided.
better now that we've done this together? Are you guys feeling any better?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely want to do this again. This
Yeah,
was-
man.
We want to thank you for being popping our cherry. Thank you.
It felt so good.
So we had words like penetration
Nothing like
tonight.
your first time.
Yeah, there you go. We had words like
Yeah.
penetration
The first word,
and popping the cherry as a phrase. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm really happy that you know you guys decided to like go forward with promoting yourselves, basically, because it's very. Having been a band manager as well in the past, it's very important that a band, you know, starts getting out there. You need to start talking to people, and you need to start showing your faces like on camera, and people need to learn more about you. And you guys actually need to have more fun with people in that sense, like through interviews, like, because at the end of the day, it's all about metal music, you know,
Yeah.
it's all about fun, bro. Like, you're not going to be interviewed, obviously, by some pencil dick, you know what I mean, with a fucking tie, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
on CNN or whatever. Like, at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
it's just some other metalhead dude who just wants to chat with you and learn more about you and, like, connect and maybe become friends and, like, have a laugh and learn, you know, stuff. So it's all cool in my book, man. I mean, I was really happy that I'd done this interview with you guys. What I'm going to do, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't even attempt to play audio in the background, was because I wanted to be able to have the interview raw without any copyright restrictions. So in that sense, I'm going to hand the interview over to you guys. That's easy. I'm going to cut it. I think you guys can do it as well from your side, but if you don't want to, like, I can do that. That's not a problem. I'll just send it to you guys and you can do whatever you like with it. You can even post it as a whole interview wherever, because there's no copyrighted music. So
That
no
would
one's
be
going to,
great.
no one's going to say anything. YouTube's not going to say anything. You know what I mean? So, So yeah, man. I want to just say again, last shout out to all the people watching just before the band gets on their way with the rest of their schedule, because they do have 2 more interviews, and obviously they're not going to go like back to back. Literally, they do need a breather. They do need to go to the loo, or like the British say, or to the toilet. They do need to drink something. You know what I mean?
Pisser, we call it here.
The pisser, exactly. Make a few phone calls. Ask people, what did you like the live stream? Did you watch it? You know, it is going to be available for you guys and your friends. Whoever's missed it, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to make it available. Maybe I'll just put it myself as well on my side as a long video format thingy, so people can watch it at their own discretion. You know what I mean? So follow HEIR to ASH on TikTok. They're on Spotify. You can follow them on Spotify. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. You can find them. What else is there? I don't know. Am I forgetting anything right now? I don't know.
Everything.
Bandcamp,
You just say
Deezer, Pandora.
There you go.
Keep going.
That's
Only
OnlyFans.
No. Sweet.
So I want to thank you guys. I want to wish you all the best. We will be in touch. I have been in touch with you guys. I'll say this on the air for quite a long while on TikTok with Jake. I didn't know it was Jake for a long while. I had no idea who I was talking to. But I was always liking stuff and talking to Jake. And I once said to him, one day I need to get an interview with you guys. Remember, Jake? That was like a few months back. I said it would be cool if we do an interview. And Jake was like, yeah, man, let's do it one day. And you guys were actually, because I'm a man of my word. And I said that to Jake, and I always remembered that, dude. And so when I was like, I'm going to do interviews, I was like, I promised HEIR to ASH to bring them on my life. So I'm bringing them first before anyone else. And I'm happy that I've done that. So best of luck with whatever you do in the future. I want to keep me posted, keep everyone posted. Obviously, we're going to keep an eye on you people. I want you guys to come on TikTok as well with your own personal profiles, because it's going to help you guys promote. The more views are on TikTok, because that's the leading social platform right now for these things. The more views on TikTok, the nicer it's going to be for you guys. Yeah, man, don't worry. Listen, I'm older than you, dude, and I was struggling at the beginning.
I have no excuse.
You see that?
I literally have no excuse.
I was very hesitant, bro. I'm not kidding. I was very hesitant, and once I learned the ropes, it's fun. It's really cool. And before you even know it, you'll be like, dude, do you want to live stream to like chill together on the air and listen to tracks together? Before you even know it, dude. And it's going to help you guys so fucking much. You don't even realize right now. You're going to gain so many people, new followers on TikTok. Yeah. Absolutely.
James got us where we are. He puts a lot of work into this band.
I'll bet. He has done a lot of work. Devil horns up for Jake, definitely, but also for the rest of the band. And also for Nick and Gannon, who weren't here today for this interview. Round of applause. Wait, I have. Just give me a second. I have an audio board.
I'll do it on my end too.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, there it is.
No, I wanted to do this.
Wow. Can they hear that?
There you go. Round of applause. That was a round of applause.
Yeah.
There you go. Awesome.
Did you really need to put the kiss in there?
I did, yeah. I mean,
You can actually add your own shit.
30 or something.
You can add your own shit and make it hilarious, dude. I'm not even joking. You can add your own way. Yeah, dude. You'll. I was playing with it for a whole night the other time. Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm gonna let you guys get on your way because you've only got 15-20 minutes in between, or I don't know, half an hour or thereabout, to just catch your breaths, refresh yourselves, and get on with the next interview, who I'm sure he's going to be setting up shortly to preppy stuff and all that, and he's going to be texting you and messaging you, are you guys ready and whatnot. So guys, carry on. Chicken nuggies and whatnot. I don't even know how to discontinue.